good old Reddit. We all love to hate it. Here we are. We're gonna read over a Twitter thread that was released, I believe, a couple days ago or yesterday or something like that, going over the cancer of the censorship on Reddit because Reddit is severely censored. Like it is crazy, especially if you are more right leaning, if you will. Oh my, you pretty much just better try and find another platform at that point. But I do agree with a lot of what the article says. In the unfortunate truth that is Reddit and its moderating censorship team, it is horrendous. This was posted by Reddit Lies. It says the cancer of censorship, and the main caption is 92 out of the top 500 Reddit subs are controlled by just 4 people. I mean, that's kind of scary because well, first of all, that's a lot of subs, a lot of subreddits. How are only 4 people moderating that? They're not. Or they're picking and choosing for sure. Or they're setting up bots that have their exact ideals and that's it. Yeah, it's a place to be on the internet for sure. Reddit is definitely. I mean, I've done some videos on articles on Reddit because I mean, there's some decent conversations and information on there, but overall, it is heavily censored. And shout out to Asman. He made a perfect point that at the end of the day, it's really just all about the money. I mean, obviously, welcome to capitalism. It's about the money. It's just one of the downsides of being in a capitalistic society is that everybody is controlled by the incentive of getting more and more moolah. But anyway, this is how Reddit set itself up to become one of the most heavily censored social media platforms and how it may be destroying itself because of it. Moderating is a time consuming, thankless job. Instead of hiring in house mods or relying primarily on algorithmic moderation, Reddit relies on an army of 70,000 plus volunteers to do this heavy lifting. Yeah, see, there's, to me, it just doesn't seem like they're not using bots. I mean, they have to be using bots. I mean, maybe they're not. This is speculation on my side. But I mean, come on, man. Like, there's just no way there's not Reddit bots that are doing a little bit of the censorship, or a little bit of censorship, a little bit of the moderating. I mean, obviously, there are people who want the power, if you will, of being a moderator because then you can ban people, the ban hammer. But other than that, I mean, especially when exactly what it said, 92 of the top 500 controlled by 4 people. Yeah, I mean, there just has to be some bots in there. Let's be honest. But yeah, 70,000 volunteers. It's crazy that and I bet almost all those volunteers think this is a full time job too, because they treat it like a full time job anyway. It says volunteers were chosen because algorithmic moderation struggles when each subreddit has its own rules and memes and political views. It also theoretically ensured moderators were passionate participants in the community, but there were unforeseen side effects. For many moderators, the power associated with being a mod is an afterthought, but for some, the power is their compensation. They want to moderate because it gives them a pathway to a position of authority over others. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, just thinking about it, I mean, instead of having to go out and pursue, uh, man, just had a brain fart there, excuse me. Go out and pursue a career that would then give you that authority that takes years and years. Nobody wants to do that. They'd rather just sit at home on their computer and force people to either be on a sub or not be on a sub because of well, in this instance, what their political view is, because this is mostly what the article is going to be about, because this has been a debate that's been going on for a while, not even just with Reddit, I mean, with Twitter and stuff too. I mean, they were absolutely, man, they were pissed when Elon took over Twitter because now it wasn't just left leaning ideologies on the forefront of everything, and everybody who had any inkling of right leaning tendencies were just banned. Now it's all out there. Now, sure, because it's less censored, if you will, in that regard, there's a lot of bad apples out there, but that's just how the world is anyway. I mean, you can't get rid of all of them no matter what you do because you get rid of one, two more sprout up, if you will. It's just, it's the Hydra principle, if you will. You can't get rid of them, they just come back, so. But I mean, you do your best to allow both sides to be able to argue, and then do your best to get rid of the things that are just way out there, like death threats and things like that. It says, consider what kind of person would opt to spend 12 hours a day doing the dirty work of a social media company all for free. It appeals to people who crave with a lot of time on their hands. Enter power mods. And yeah, this was a that video right there was a guy who there was a petition going on for them basically not to work, or their work being not to work, so they could. I don't even know if it was specifically for Reddit. Maybe it was. But I know it was mostly just they didn't want to work because they'd rather do other things. And it's like, well, go figure, you and literally everybody else. But welcome to the real world. You got to grow up and do your own job. It sucks, but that's just the way it is, man. Yeah. That was a video I disagreed with. I'll just put it that way. But yeah, it's amazing how many people would just sit on Reddit for 12 plus hours a day and just mod because that's their job, or they think it's their job. They're not even getting paid for it either, which is it just blows my mind that people will do that. But hey, any excuse not to work, I suppose, or have any semblance of power instead of go out and try and attain anything to maybe get the respect that you could get. But as I said, that takes years and years and a lot of hard work. Not a lot of people want to do that nowadays. Says the power mods often subscribe to the bleeding edge of progressive rhetoric, that's for sure, and they can frequently be found using their power to ensure users to conform to the latest left-leaning talking points. Why is it borderline impossible to discuss trans as a topic? Sorry, this post has been removed by the moderators of r/too afraid to ask. I mean, yeah, that's been a hot topic of late anyway as well, because the controversy, if you will, around that and what's allowed and what's not. Like, we should be able to have open conversations about this. We shouldn't just be banned for it. How do you get anywhere in society if you just automatically hush, shut up, ban people who have an opposing opinion to yours? Society isn't based on how it handles agreements. It's handled and based on how it handles disagreements. And if this is how we're going to handle disagreements or just bringing up the topic, the society's not going to go anywhere. Because we can only get better if we challenge each other, bounce the ideas off, and see if we can work to a more understanding conclusion, not just, nope, you're banned. You're banned. Ban hammer. Is that how we want to do things? Well, apparently that's how they want to do things. It says power mods are commonly seen pinning their own posts and comments to the top of subreddits and comment sections. That's true. Their goal is simple: keep the unwashed masses in line and drive the narrative forward by any means necessary. Hello to the incredibly gullible bigots on Reddit and across the globe who consume Tim Pool, Fox News, Daily Mail, and other tabloid trash in order to justify their violent hatred of LGBTQ people. One anonymous person in one video who is operating the camera, which video Tim Pool conveniently has licensing and usage rights for right away, saying one time, "We're coming for your children," in a parade where everyone else was chanting, "We're not going shopping," is not a confirmation of your hateful fever dream urban legends, and not a license for you to equivocate all LGBTQ people to pedophile. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that, but oh well. You're still a genocidal hate group that needs to be in law enforcement custody. Okay, well, I mean, there you go. And I've actually seen um, pins like this as well on other Reddits. Obviously, not that extreme, but the moderators do love to pin their stuff to the top of the comments, especially if it's a. I understand if it's like a thread showing like the rules of the Reddit or something like that, but a lot of them are just like this. They're just opinions of these people And it's like, why? You're really showing your true colors when you're supposed to be a mod and you're just pinning your own stuff. Like, come on, man. Mods are supposed to be behind the scenes. Oftentimes, these moderators will lock down entire threads because the questions posed make individuals think about hot button issues in a different manner that may question the very nature of the issues themselves. Why are the majority of non binary people white females? Science is not on this one, unanswerable, locked. I mean, it's just a genuine question. I mean, it's a solid point. This is what I mean. I mean, this thread just goes on and on, basically just laying out all the different things that are allowed and not allowed. If y'all don't know, I mean, I wasn't really on Reddit for a while, but I heard that a lot of people were saying that Reddit used to be, a lot of subreddits used to be extremely racist, which is unfortunate to hear, but they existed just out there for years and years and years with no problem. And then you have quotes like this. It was out for 10 hours and it got locked immediately. Like, what are we doing here, man? 10 years of just horrible comments and ideologies that do not need to be out there. And just a question like this, banned in 10 hours? Probably wasn't even 10. Oh, no, it was banned in 3 hours because that's 7 hours ago. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was locked in 3 hours. Welcome to Reddit. Welcome to the cesspool that is Reddit. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think about Reddit and the absolute horrendous moderation that is Reddit's moderators, because oh my gosh. As somebody who's been on Reddit more and more lately because of just trying to find different ideas and just see what people are saying on the internet, it is crazy how many different things have been locked and whatnot because they're just they are ideals that oppose what the moderators want, and so they get banned. It's just ridiculous. But welcome to the internet, I suppose. But anyway, if you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like, and I hope to see you guys around. Peace.